friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha. I very impromptu decided today to do a little day in the life vlog with you guys. I'm gonna try and do my vlogs every Tuesday if it's able to work out that way. So it's just after 10 o'clock. We are on our way to therapy because mental health is so important, and if you've been keeping up with me or my channel or my Patreon newsletters, you'll know that I had a very small mental breakdown the other week, and I've been doing everything I can to get back to myself, and I can't wait to talk to my therapist about it. Maybe if I have any insights or epiphanies, I'll let you guys know what we discussed today. I don't think it's going to be a one session kind of problem to solve. I think this is going to take some time. I've learned a lot in January about myself, and I'm just trying a bunch of new things this year, and it's caught up with me. So we're on our way to therapy. I think after that, because it's Black History Month, and also not just that, but because I've seen so many videos on TikTok of other creators promoting this book, it's The Lore of the Wilds. I think that's the name of the title. I've been dying to read this book since I first heard about it and since the cover was revealed. We're gonna check at my local library, and then we're gonna check at Target if I can't find it there, because I really want to read it. And I'm kind of letting Tuesday be my day of like, let's try and read one new book every Tuesday if I can, and if it's not too long that it takes me forever. I also have to do a bunch of Etsy orders when I get home. Everything is printed and ready, so all I have to do is write all my thank you cards and then wrap them and ship them. So that's the agenda as of right now. So therapy, books, possibly Target, and then working on Etsy orders, and then reading for the rest of the day. I really hope I'm able to find this book. I'm even going to check the library catalog when I get to therapy, because I usually get there a little bit early. Anxiety makes me get there early for things most of the time. Anyway, we're going to do that. Thank you for being here, as always. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on my channel and my videos. It does help my channel grow. I love reading your comments, and I just hope that we can build a little community of people who enjoy K-pop, reading, and slice of life. I was gonna say slow living, but I do not subscribe to slow living, and I need to probably, so I'll be talking about that in therapy. I think I've been covering the mic the whole time, so if this clip is shitty, I might have to redo it. We'll see. Okay, hello friends. Therapy's over. I got my little Starburst. They like Pavlov's dogs us into a treat after therapy. Cried a bunch, but have some good suggestions of how to adjust my schedule so that I stop burning out and get so freaking overwhelmed with my workload. That's self-imposed because this is my job and I love it, and that's one thing we confirmed, is that I do love making videos and posting online and my Etsy shop. I love all the things that I do. However, they're kicking my ass right now. Before therapy, I looked up Lore of the Wilds, not in my library system. They have 2 on order for libraries that are pretty far away, so I could potentially put it on hold, but they're not available yet. I checked on Target. They don't have it in Target either. I still want to be around books today. So we're going to go to the library. We're going to look around. We're going to try and find something to take home and read. So you're going to come with me. I'm going to play some copyright-free music while I listen to the radio and hopefully dance a little bit. Sit back, relax, have a great time. Don't judge my driving. Here we go. I got my sunglasses on so I'm not blinded. This is like the Starburst that never ends. Oh my god. Okay. Where are we going? The library. There's also a used bookstore I could go to, actually. I don't want to spend money. I want to go to the library. I am broke. I don't want to spend no money if I can avoid it. I'm gonna try and avoid it. Bing bong, bing bong. Oh my gosh, okay. Definitely need a drink after that. All I can taste is sugar. Cars are speeding. Not really. Not bad. Okay. Shall we see what's on El Radio? I'm back home. It is so bright, I'm gonna be squinting. So, we made it to the library. I literally forgot to film in the actual library itself because I was having some social anxiety. I used to work at this library and everything is in a new spot. I don't know where anything is anymore. And I knew that they didn't have the book that I really wanted. I hadn't taken screenshots of the other books on the list that I was looking for. So first thing I did was just walk through the whole thing. Well, no. First thing I did was make sure my library card hadn't expired because I've only been using it for digital books in the past couple years and I don't think I used it much last year, so I wanted to just check. I'm good until next year. So I checked that my library card's not expired. Great. I walked the whole library to get reacquainted. And then I got on my phone, looked up the other books on the list that I potentially wanted to read. They had a couple of them available. The first one is one I honestly can't believe I haven't read yet. It's Legendborn by Tracy Dion. I'll put it over here, Legendborn. Everyone raves about this book. It's a young adult fantasy. I'm going to read the back of it to you really quickly. I am squinting so hard because it's just so bright. After her mother dies, let me hold it up so you can see it. After her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers, that's how you would say that, at UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. a flying demon feeding on human energies, a secret society of so-called legend-born students that hunt the creatures down, and a mysterious teenage mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. The mage's failure reveals Bree's own unique magic and a buried memory with a hidden connection. The night her mother died, another Merlin was at the hospital. Now that Bree knows there's more to her mother's death than what's on the police report, she'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if that means infiltrating the Legendborn as one of their initiates. She recruits Nick, a self-exiled Legendborn with his own grudge against the group, and their reluctant partnership pulls them deeper into the society's secrets and closer to each other. But when the Legendborn reveal themselves as the descendants of King Arthur's knights and explain that a magical war is coming, Bree has to decide how far she'll go for the truth and whether she should use her magic to take the society down or join the fight. That cloud should come back because it was very helpful. So I got Legendborn and I also got Bloodmarked, which is book 2 in this series. I do think there's a third book coming out. I don't believe it's a duology, but I need to double check. So we're going to be reading these. Also, this is a book I've literally had on my Amazon wishlist probably since before its actual publication date because I'm just obsessed with the cover. It's Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. It's stunning. It's so friggin' pretty. I just can't even do it justice. Okay, let's read what this one's about. Should I hold it over here this time? Simi prayed to the gods once. Now she serves them as Mami Wada, a mermaid, hell yes, collecting the souls of those who die at sea and blessing their journeys back home. But when a living boy is thrown overboard, Simi does the unthinkable. She saves his life, going against an ancient decree, and punishment awaits those who dare to defy it. To protect the other Mami Wada, Simi must journey to the Supreme Creator to make amends. But all is not as it seems. There's the boy she rescued who knows more than he should, and something is shadowing Simi, something that would rather see her fail. Danger lurks at every turn, and as Simi draws closer, she must brave vengeful gods, treacherous lands, and legendary creatures, because if she doesn't, then she risks not just the fate of all Mami Wada, but also the world as she knows it. This also has another book in the series. Was not at my library. Was not able to get it. But we'll probably see if we have any copies at this library, or if I need to request they order it. So we'll find out what happens. At the other part of my library is a bookstore where you can donate books, and they're super cheap. And I ended up picking up 2 middle grades and a nonfiction book, which is very weird for me, but it'll make more sense when you see it. The first middle grade I got was Castle Hangnail by Ursula Vernon, because just look at it. I mean, that's me coded, right? Okay, so it says, when Molly shows up on Castle Hangnail's doorstep to fill the vacancy for Wicked Witch, the minions are understandably doubtful. After all, she is just 12 years old, quite polite, and rather unintimidating. But the castle desperately needs a master, or else the Board of Magic will decommission it, leaving all the minions without the home they love, and forcing Molly to go back home to the room she shares with her pink and sparkles loving good twin. So when Molly assures the minions that she's quite wicked indeed, everyone remains hopeful. It turns out, though, that Molly has quite a few secrets, including the biggest one of all. She isn't who she says she is. Let's go, Molly! Secrets! A secret witch! It sounds so fun. I also had to pick up Eleanor Alice and the Roosevelt Ghosts. This cover just really drew me in. Also the title, the back of it, it continues all the way around. I think that's so fun. It's by Diane K. Salerni. Let's read more about it. Let's see. In 1898 in New York City, and ghosts live among humans. Though most are harmless, some are capable of murder. We hate that. After an unusual spirit takes up residence at the Roosevelt home, 13-year-old Eleanor and her cousin Alice grow suspicious. The girls don't get along, but they know something is not right. This ghost is more than a pesky nuisance. It's almost like he wants to scare the Roosevelts out of their home, and no one seems to care. Meanwhile, the girls discover a dangerous ghost in the house where Alice was born. Is someone else haunting the family? Introverted Eleanor and boisterous Alice develop an unlikely friendship as they explore their family's dark, complicated history. It's up to them to unearth buried secrets and destroy both ghosts. Told from dual perspectives, I love that. Thrills and chills abound in this imaginative novel that puts a supernatural spin on alternate history. Hell yeah! Going full bore into the history is Ron Chernows' Alexander Hamilton. Do I need to explain why I got this? Hamilton is one of my favorite musicals of all time. I actually got this book from the library years ago after I listened to the musical the first time. Didn't get very far before it was due back because it was so popular, and I just never got around to finishing it, and I always said one day if I saw a copy I would get it, and then I can finish it at my own leisure. I think I had only made it like 100 pages, but I'm just obsessed with the fact that Lin-Manuel Miranda read this in a hammock on vacation and then was inspired to make the musical Hamilton, and now we have some of the greatest bops of all time, and I just want to finish this book and learn more about, you know, some old white dude who was really important in the Civil War. So anyway, that's my whole ton of books. As I was going through my selection, I was like, you know what I could have done? I could have just looked for these upstairs in the library, but I didn't think to do that until I already had them. And it felt rude just going up to the counter and being like, actually, I don't want these anymore, because they don't have a great system of how they sort the books down in the store area. So I just had to get them. And for 3 books, it was $3. So really, like, I'm out $3 when it could have been just free. I'll take it. That's not too bad. I'm gonna go inside now, maybe take a little bit of a break and lay down because I'm pretty tired. And then we're gonna work on Etsy orders, and then we're gonna start reading. I think we're gonna do the mermaid book first, since it's the only one that I have, and then we'll do the Legendborn after. That's the plan, Stan. I don't know if anyone's name is Stan. Okay, let's go inside. Okay, slight change of plan. I thought I was going to do my Etsy orders first, but I got back in my pajamas. Turns out I'm pretty tired from my therapy today. That was pretty emotionally taxing, but in a good way, productive way. And then walking around in the library, I didn't use my walker. I also didn't have an extra bag, and carrying the books was quite a workout for my little Bambi legs and noodle arms. So I'm pretty tired. I'm making lunch right now. Early dinner, lunch. I really only eat twice a day, so this is my second meal and last meal of the day. We're gonna start Skin of the Sea, and one of my favorite things to do, if you are just like finding me, hi, I'm Sasha. I love K-pop, as you can see from my walls behind me. I love books, as you can tell from this video where we've done book things today, and I mixed those two loves into making bookmarks. And one of my favorite things to do is go through my personal collection of bookmarks and try and match the vibe of the book to my bookmark. And this is IN from Stray Kids in his sailor outfit, and it has all the little knots. He has a sailor hat on, and behind them is like I don't know, a wind boat thing, a sailboat, but not quite, because it was on like wheels, and I don't know what it's called. So I thought he's gonna match the vibe so perfectly of, sadly, the boy thrown in the sea. So that's my bookmark for this book. It is, let's see how many pages. It is 303 pages. I would be shocked if I could finish all of it today, because it's already almost 2 o'clock. I'm gonna read as much as I can. I'm gonna eat lunch, read as much as I can, finish my orders, and then read for the rest of the night. And that will be our Tuesday vloggity vlog. Pretty low-key. I've had a nice day so far. I have some work I need to do on my computer that I'll probably try and get done while I'm eating. And I need to redo my schedule because that was a big thing we talked about in therapy, was making each day I need to have the one priority item, the one thing that is the most important for me to get done. I also need to call about my health insurance because that's all messed up. Maybe I'll do that after I eat, and then I'll read as a reward. So I need to redo my schedule, make my priority items for the rest of the week, and then rearrange everything that's not a priority and see where it fits. Because I get a lot of anxiety from making a daily to-do list, not getting everything done in that day because my energy levels change like they have today, and then those items just get moved to the next day and to the next day, and those days are already packed full. So hopefully switching this up, making priorities, color coding it, is going to help my little brain not be so overwhelmed when everything doesn't get done. That is the goal. I think the buzzer went off a while ago for my pizza. I gotta go check that. I'll check back in once I start reading and or working. Hello, we've migrated to my little work area. I'm gonna quickly show you what I'm gonna be packaging for the next hour, 2 hours maybe. Just depends on how distracted I get and how quickly I can do this. We have some Valentine's orders going out because as I'm filming this, it's February 6th, so Valentine's Day is next week. So I have Valentine's Day orders and bookmarks, and as always, if you are able to order, thank you so much. I love making things, I love wrapping things, I love sending them out. Makes me so happy, and it also supports my dream of doing this full time. So let me show you some of the things we got going out in this little order here. Up first is a little Hyunjin. Block out my face. Don't look at my face. Look at Hyunjin. Hyunjin Valentine card. I hope you stay. And we have Changbin, Binny. These are not going to focus, so just pretend that they are. We have a little Lino. We have a little Hungjun for AT's Valentine's. And then for Patreon, we have a little Momo and the little Patreon exclusive photo card. If you join my Come Get Your Bias tier, it's $10 a month. You get early access to all my videos, you get my weekly newsletters, and every month you get a new photo card with your bias. You literally just have to tell me a full list of your bias when you sign up, and then I'll make them for you. So it's pretty cool. Up next, we have a continuation of a Valentine's Day order. We have Sunghwa and Jungho, little Polaroids. They're so cute. And then we have the boys order. Doesn't state that it's Valentine's Day, but it's all boyfriend photos, so you just never know. Love is in the air. We got some Sunu and Jacob, and I have done this in a way that now I can't turn my wrist. Hold on, let me adjust. Aren't they so cute? I love them. I'm trying to get them without the glare. Yay! That's another order. More the boys. We have a Sunu bookmark. We also have Stray Kids bookmarks, Hyunjin, Changbin. Then we have Monster X bookmark that I can't pick up. Kiki with his titties out. I'm sorry. And then last but not least, the last order is another bookmark. It's Christopher with his little arms crossed from 5 Star. So I have to package, say my thank yous. I got really cold. I did call my insurance. Everything is fixed. And I got really cold while I was on the phone. So now I'm wrapped up and we're going to keep wrapping these orders up. Because I wrap them, well, if they go in an envelope, they don't get tissue paper. All the bookmarks and like mystery packs, they have to go in a rigid mailer and in a sleeve, and I wrap those up in tissue paper. But the envelopes I will like decorate on the outside. Anyway, that's what we're doing, and I'll come back to you when we start reading. I have not started reading. I kept saying, I'm gonna do this next, and then didn't do that next. So that's what's happening. Hope you're enjoying the vlog. I'm finally back in bed, finished my orders. All I have to do tomorrow is print and cut and stick all my labels. But my body was like, we are done. We need to go be horizontal for a little while. So I'm probably gonna scroll my computer. I got a bunch of messages, which is weird, while I was working. So I'm gonna respond to my messages, check my emails, fix my schedule for the rest of the week, and then I'm gonna start reading. And I'm really, you can't see, I'm really hoping I can knock out this book tonight. Do we think that's possible? Reading a full young adult novel from like, let's say 7 o'clock till midnight-ish? I don't know. I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens. Hi friends, I'm only about 60 pages into this book. There it is. Can you see it? The glare is so bad because of the library binding. I'm on chapter 8. I'm feeling pretty dysregulated right now, emotionally, I think. And because of that, I'm having a really hard time focusing. I also, in general, struggle with new fantasy worlds, trying to settle into them, settle into the writing style, settle into new names, settling into a new sort of religious system, and all those things happening. The first few chapters, right off the bat, were very upsetting, which could also be why I'm feeling a little emotionally dysregulated. There is a trigger warning in the very beginning of the book about violence, about slavery, and all other manner of things that will be discussed. And they really came out right in the beginning. So we have our main character, who I'm going to call her Simi for short. Her full name, I think, is Simi Dell. I don't know if I'm saying that right. She has been recreated into a mermaid. We don't know for sure, but based on flashbacks, I'm going to assume after her death from being on a slave ship, and her sole purpose is to collect the souls of the bodies who get thrown overboard from other slave ships. And the one part that I actually really enjoy, I love the ocean, and I'm always fascinated. Like, my favorite animal is a whale shark and a manta ray and stingrays. Sea pancakes are the best. That's what my little squishmallow Maple is. She's a stingray. Um, so I like the discussion of her swimming with the sharks beneath the boats and her sort of having a hierarchy and being able to control the wildlife and the sea creatures. So the story starts with her taking a soul, and then she takes it to what I'm assuming is like a goddess of the sea. Again, there's a sort of religious structure. Maybe religious isn't the right word, but there's definitely gods, goddesses, and levels to it. She is the creation and the daughter of a goddess. Is she like a full goddess, a demi-goddess? I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. But as we move through the story, she ends up finding a boy her age who gets thrown overboard while he's still alive. He's very injured, of course, and she takes him to this island to recover, and he knows somehow about the goddess who made her. And apparently it's pretty rare for humans to know that. So he demands, as a man does, this mermaid, this woman just saves your life. He doesn't thank her. He hurts her by grabbing her out of fear and pain, but he still hurt her and scared her, and then instantly demands to be taken to the manager, pretty much, okay? Oh my god. So she does. She summons the goddess, and they find out that this action could have all of the mermaids and the goddess killed because it goes against the highest up god's decree, because the goddess was never even supposed to make the mermaids, and she's been scarred and punished, but I would say violated for doing that. So right now, what they've been tasked to do is to have a direct route to the highest up god, and they have to find a man in a village who has 2 rings that will help them get to him. But there's a middleman who's like a mediator, who's actually a trickster, who I think is posing as the emissary to the top god. He's just the bad guy. He's the bad guy, okay? He's a liar. He's not telling this information to this top god. I don't think he even knows who the top god is, to be honest, okay? It's the vibe I get. So they also have to try and get these 2 rings before this other bad guy does and not get caught. And she can no longer use her mermaid form, and if she falls in love with a human and acts on it, she becomes foam. I don't know if they mean that literally or if she just will remain a human forever, but kind of sounds like she's gonna just become foam because she was a human at one point. She's not human anymore. I don't know. That's where I'm at. Very interesting. I like the writing so far. I do wish, like, so far we've very briefly, super briefly, met one other mermaid, and for the whole book to trying to set up the fact that like all the mermaids are going to die, all of her friends are going to die because she saved this boy, but we, the reader, don't have any emotional connection to them yet. So I'm hoping as the story progresses, we'll get to see more of the mermaids, but I don't know that it's going to become a pressing theme or like, I feel like the main point of this is going to be the journey she has with the boy that she saved and not as big of a journey with the other sea life and sea creatures. So I don't know, that's where I'm at. I think because I'm having just such a hard time focusing, I'm gonna maybe try and keep reading, or I'm just gonna try and read more tomorrow. So my lofty goal of reading this book tonight isn't happening. I think it's like 10 o'clock. Yep. 9:56. So I knew I wasn't going to make it to midnight. But I thought if I got really invested, sometimes I can stay up really late and keep reading. But it's kind of a long and emotional day on top of like a very emotional start to this book. But I'm definitely happy that I picked it up. I do think, like most of the time when I'm reading things, it's for an escape, and it's just to get out of my own head. But I think it's also really important to not ignore history and things that really happened. And this is a great novel for reminding us of just how terrible humans have treated other humans throughout history, while also having the fantasy element of mermaids. And yeah. I'm so tired. I'm probably gonna go to sleep. I'll see you guys in the next clip. I got a new camera. We're gonna test it out for the rest of this vlog. I have a microphone on the way, so not here yet. Can't test that out. Can't see if it improves the sound quality. I mean, I freaking hope it does. But it's like a little vlogging camera. There are two different lenses. Right now I have the wide lens on, so I can like hold up the book, and I can't figure out yet which direction because it does have a little screen on the side so I can see what I'm aiming at, but like it's backwards from the direction I move my hand. So it looks crystal freaking clear right in this moment. So let me take off this lens and let's see what it looks like with the other lens. Okay, so this is the normal camera lens that it comes with both, but this was the wide angle lens. This is the normal one. This is just how the camera is made. Here's my book. You can see already how tight the shot is, and I think for vlogging I do like the other lens, but for the purpose, hold on, there we go. For the purpose of this, I'm just gonna leave it as is. You hear noises outside. UPS just arrived. So I've read more of this. I am now 184 pages into it. I will say, I had a feeling once we rescued the boy from the sea, and then Yemoja, I think that's the name of the goddess that makes the mermaids, the Matawati. She said that they would have to travel on land a lot. A little disappointed that it's been so much of this experience of this mermaid being in her human form, and the times when she does get to go back in the water are my favorite. I love hearing about what the water is like as a mermaid, how she can interact with the other animals and creatures and scary things that dwell in the water. And I am getting really invested in this story. So far, they were able to make it back to the boys' village. there are other gods and goddesses working against them, specifically the trickster that we were introduced to earlier. And it turns out that the boy, his father is the head of the village, so he's kind of important and kind of a big deal. And his twin siblings are inhabited by another god slash goddess. And they were taken by the trickster god. Not only that, they were given the two rings that our main character Simi needs to save all the other mermaids. So now they were supposed to part ways after they met with the magic priest, I think, or healer. I can't remember what his title is. They were supposed to part ways there, but now they're on the same mission because the boy needs to get his siblings back, and his siblings have the rings that Simi needs, and they're the only ones who can grant her the ring's power. So they're trapped together again. They're going on a new adventure, and we've met so many cool little creatures. We met these little fae people, and they were so fun. We got to see a bunch of people take over a slave ship, and they've been trying to rescue other slaves and take down other slave ships. That's been so cool to watch. So I'm having a really good time with this book. It definitely is taking me longer than I thought to read it. I always, well, not always, but I, in this case, underestimated how long it takes me to read young adult novels versus me flying through a middle grade in one day. So that was my bad. I've also just had some trouble focusing lately. Kind of a lot going on in my brain. So we'll see. Hopefully I can finish this by the end of this week and this weekend. It's Thursday right now, and it's my filming day. So maybe I'll be able to, if not finish it tonight, come really, really close, and then finish it tomorrow. So hopefully we also like this camera, and we enjoy it. And once I get the microphone, everything will sound even better. But I'm really excited to finally have, a little vlogging camera. Because I have done everything on my phone, and I can't tell you how frustrating it's been to have technical difficulties, to have storage issues, because I take all my photos on my phone, I take all my videos on my phone, I have so many apps on my phone, I just do so much. And now, hopefully, I can use my camera for a lot more things. So, I'm really excited. I hope the quality is okay. I'm figuring out how it works best. So far, close-up things are working better than when I'm far away. So I might still have to use my phone for my Going 17 videos and my album review videos. We'll just have to see what works. But yeah, I'll come back when I finish this book. I'm gonna try and go to a little cafe tomorrow to edit my videos from today. So I'll show you some footage from that too. Hello friends, I'm back home. I spent this morning doing some errands, had to go to the post office. I just had vitamin C gummies, so now my mouth is watering like crazy. Post office, I went to my new gym. I just joined a gym, got my little tour. I'm gonna have a little trainer session next week as my first, welcome to the gym, here's how things work. Let's see where you're at, since I've got so much going on. And then I went to a little cafe, which I showed you. It's super sweet. I really liked it. This is all that's left. It's empty. I got a strawberry watermelon, and it's got all collagen and extra protein and It's like a health cafe thing, but the reason I was there is that it's also gluten-free. So they make waffles and donuts, and I didn't get that today. But I'm gonna try it next time, I think, because I'm definitely gonna go back. And I did some editing, and then I came home, continued working on editing. I'm too tired to edit, so I figured, let's watch the next Going 17 episode, because this one I'm really excited about, and that's my plan for today. I am still reading Skin of the Sea. I'm currently on page 215. Hopefully I can finish it tonight or tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow. I have a busy night tomorrow. I'm going to a K-pop event with my friends. I can totally take a video of that. It's K-pop bop night. So there's a group of K-pop DJs in our area. And it's, I think, the first time they're doing only boy group songs. They've been doing only girl groups for these events, and I don't really listen to a lot of girl groups beside Twice and LE SSERAFIM. So it's like, it didn't make a whole lot of sense for me to go because I wouldn't know all the songs. But it's boy group night tomorrow night, and I can definitely take you. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I even thought of that. So we'll do that tomorrow night, and hopefully I can finish my book. As I hit myself with it. Hopefully I can finish this tonight, because I don't really have too much. So after Going 17, my goal will be finish my book, and then we'll finish the vlog at K-pop bop night tomorrow. We're trying to coordinate outfits. So far we've got skirt. I think I know what else I'm going to wear. We'll have to see. Okay, let's go react to Going 17. Hello, it's 7:30 on Saturday night. I would normally be like in pajamas ready to go to bed, but I'm gonna turn myself from looking crusty to looking cute. So get ready. I also just had shoes delivered that I wasn't planning on wearing, but now that they're here, I kind of love them, and we're gonna try it and hope it's not a bad decision. So let's get ready. Okay, let's very quickly, I can't back up far enough, go through my outfit. I have my denim black cutoff jacket to keep me cool. I have this fishnet shirt with my little half and half skirt, shorts, fishnets, compression socks, my new sandals that my friend so aptly called bricks with straps. She's not wrong. That's like exactly what they are. Bricks with straps. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna have fun. I can't wait to hear what they play. It's gonna be such a good night. I can't wait to take you with me. What songs do you want to hear? I might not even be able to play the songs because of copyright, but I'll like leave a caption of what song we're all grooving and dancing to. I'll see you there. I just finished this book. For some of you, this is the continuation of a vlog. For others of you, this will be a very short video up on my TikTok, just to sort of give you my review and my thoughts. The idea of mermaids was very enticing to me, and I was really excited to pick this one up. The beginning of this story is definitely, for me, probably the most heartbreaking and the most engaging. Through the beginning, we watch our main character, Simi, as a mermaid as she travels through the sea collecting souls of slaves who are thrown overboard, dead or alive, from slave ships. The whole creation of mermaids is to collect these souls and to help them cross over through the use of the gods and goddesses in this story. She does end up saving a human, teenage boy who ends up being alive as he's thrown over, completely beaten up, in really bad shape, in need of healing. One of the coolest things is that as a mermaid, Simi is kind of on the top of the hierarchy when it comes to sea life and sea creatures, so she is able to tell the sharks to leave him alone, that he is hers, and she is able to safely bring him to an island and start healing him. I will say I wasn't a big fan of him when he ended up waking up, because he pretty much immediately starts demanding things from her. He's physically aggressive with her, which is, on one hand, it's like, okay, he was enslaved, he was beaten, and he's now just met this girl who he's never seen before, and he's on an island, and he just almost died. And so yeah, he's a little freaked out. But he hurts her, and she's the one who saved him, and that is just kind of like a gray area for me. I don't know how I feel about it. And he manipulated her into taking him to her, maker and creator, basically, which is really frowned upon, because he shouldn't even be alive and they shouldn't know that he's alive, and now he's insisting that they go talk to this person. So not a great start. We're off to a rocky start. Simi's actions in saving this boy could endanger all of the other mermaids in this story, and because of that, she has to journey on land to find this I can't remember what they call him. He's sort of like a shaman of sorts in the village, and he's the only one who can get her to the, highest up god to explain what has happened and to try and ask forgiveness, basically. The rest of the story from this point forward, Simi is mostly on land. We have a few other instances where she does go back to the water, either in the river or the ocean later on. But it was a little disappointing that so much of this story focuses on her human form. I was really expecting a mermaid ocean story, and that's probably 25% of the novel, I would say, actually takes place with her as her mermaid form in the water. She's still technically a mermaid, even though she has her legs on land, and the author does talk about how painful that is, but she also retains her human memories in her human form, but they just weren't my favorite parts of the book. It did start becoming a little too formulaic for me, where it was like we would meet these new creatures, it would be okay for a little while, something bad would happen. Next scene, we would meet this new creature, it would be okay for a while, something bad would happen. Next scene. We would go on a fight, something bad would happen. Next scene. They would come to a crossroads, something bad would happen. Next scene. The ending was also incredibly predictable. I was able to guess, who our bad guy was from the very first page he was introduced. And I don't think that was the intention. I think it was supposed to be a really big plot twist, and I was just like, okay. I don't know if that's potentially if I'm autistic and just being able to pick up on so many different patterns. When I was reading this, I was just like, you're out of place. You're the bad guy. And it was really easy for me to spot that. It also just didn't hold my interest, and I'm not sure if that's because, again, I was expecting a full mermaid story, and that wasn't exactly what ended up transpiring and happening. The other interesting thing is that I didn't feel a huge connection with the characters, even though they were so well fleshed out. And we really did have a pretty good understanding of each character's backstory, each individual character arc. I thought the writing and development in that way was really well done, but for some reason, I just wasn't really super invested when things started to go really, really, really poorly at the end of the book. It was to the point where I was just skimming it, trying to finish it. I think overall, if I had gone into this with a different mindset of being like, okay, she is a mermaid, but she's going to be human for most of the book, that would have completely changed my experience in a lot of ways. But I do think the repetitive nature of the plot itself is what really didn't sit right with me, because it just got kind of boring. It's like, I know that this chapter, something bad's gonna happen, they're gonna overcome it, and then something else is gonna happen, and they're gonna overcome that, and then something else is gonna... And it was just like, it wouldn't stop until the end, which isn't really the end because it does leave a cliffhanger and leave room for extra things to happen in book 2. I think the strongest part of this book, which I kind of already mentioned, is the beginning with Simi in the water as a mermaid. Why mermaids were created, how the gods and goddesses are trying to work against the people enslaving other people, and how they're trying to stop that from like a magical, natural standpoint with like whirlpools, tsunamis, all these different really big earth-shattering events to try and avenge all of the wrongdoing that has been happening. I think that was such a strong point in the book, and I did really like hearing about the gods and goddesses, what their sort of roles were in terms of the like god and goddess plane versus how they interact with humans or how humans interact with them and pray to them. All of that was very, very interesting and the most engaging part of the book for me personally. Overall, I wish I had liked this more, but it got too repetitive at the end for me, and I didn't care about the characters enough for me to care that they were in danger so much. That's gonna be the end of this vlog. For me, it's been like 3 weeks since I started filming. I was intending this vlog to be one day. I'm crazy. That definitely didn't happen. So thank you so much for watching with me. I hope you enjoyed it. My next little reading vlog is going to be Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. I'm so excited to start this series. I have the first 2 books from my library, and I just can't wait to read everything with you. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye!
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.